Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Have you ever struggled to align your drawing properly inside a viewport without rotating the entire model? You're definitely not alone. There are several ways to rotate viewport views in AutoCAD, and knowing multiple methods helps when one method doesn't work for your situation. In today's video, I'll show you different techniques to rotate viewport views step by step, so you can present your drawings clearly without affecting the model. The main purpose of rotating a viewport is to properly adjust drawing elements from model space to paper space for better presentation. Sometimes plans are not perfectly vertical or horizontal, which makes dimensioning and detailing difficult. Rotating the viewport helps you align drawings properly and maintain the required layout scale. So, let's get started. Here we can see I have brought a very simplified sample office building layout. Let's switch to the layout. This is our paper space. Here we will have a template frame. Let's type MV and press enter for creating viewport. First click and second click like this for viewport outline. This is our viewport line. We can check its property here. We can see its viewport. And whenever we create a new viewport, the viewport will always contain all the drawing elements of our model space, no matter the size of viewport we create. Let's change its color to magenta. Let's say we just want to show the building part in full page. What we do is, we double-click inside the viewport and zoom with our mouse roller. We can see the dimension and texts are in angle. But we want to show this in rotated view to make the drawing presentation look better. I will start from the most common way used by the beginners. UCS method, where UCS stands for User Coordinate System. In this system we can define the 0, 0, 0 or simply we can say origin coordinate of x, y, and z. This method is useful if we are working on the LT version of AutoCAD where we don't have other options or have only limited option. But, it can also be used in full version AutoCAD. Let's copy this for original reference. To use UCS command, let's first double-click inside the viewport on which we will rotate the view. Now, let's type UCS and press enter. We can see X and Y is displayed with our cursor. Let's click for the origin point. Let's say we will set the origin point here. Now we have to click for the direction of X-axis. Let's click at this line. Then click towards the side where we want to set as Y-axis. Now let's type PLAN and press enter. Among these three options, let's choose the current UCS option and press enter. We can see our view has been rotated. X is aligned towards horizontal base and Y is aligned towards up vertical direction. Now we can see the XY of our drawing has been changed and fixed at this point. So if we check the ID of this point, it will show 0, 0. But the actual coordinate is this one. So if we want to check the ID of any point, we cannot get them from inside this viewport. We must switch to model space to get the actual coordinate. Because the real origin of the drawing will remain original or unchanged at model space. But, we can still get the real coordinate from the first viewport here. That's because the UCS affects only the viewport on which we have changed. Let's do it once more. Let's say we want to show this plan in vertical direction. Let's double-click inside the viewport. Type UCS and press enter. Let's click at this point for new origin. And click this side for X direction and this side for Y direction. Again type PLAN and press enter. Click on current UCS. We can see our building plan is vertically aligned. Then we can set the scale and lock the display. And if we want to change the display scale or UCS again, first of all we must change this display lock to no. One drawback I have seen in this method is that we might click on the two different elevations objects while selecting the X and Y direction. This will result in 3D rotation which will display our plans in tapered and broken view, like this. So, we should be careful while rotating the view with this UCS method. Now let's try the second method. For second method, we will use a command. Let's type VPROTATEASSOC and press enter. We can see if it's 0 or 1. 0 means while we rotate the viewport with simple rotate command, the view inside the viewport doesn't rotate along with it. And 1 and press enter means we have enabled the rotation of view inside the viewport along with viewport. This method is also useful if we are working on the LT version of AutoCAD where we don't have other options or have only limited option. And it can also be used in full version AutoCAD. Let's type the command and type 0 and press enter and check. Let's rotate the viewport and see. Only the outline of viewport is rotated. But the view inside the viewport remains unchanged. Again, let's type the command and type 1 and press enter. Let's rotate the viewport and see, the view inside the viewport is also rotated along with it. Therefore, by changing the value of VPROTATEASSOC variable to 1, we can rotate the view inside the viewport without having the problem about coordinate system. And, after getting the view rotated to our preferred direction, we can simply click and drag these grip points and arrange the viewport properly. So, in this method, we don't have any problem with changing of coordinate system. Therefore, this could be better than the first option we have tried. These are two methods we can use to rotate the view inside the viewport in LT version of AutoCAD. If you have any other method, don't hesitate to share it, comment. And, including the two methods that we have discussed, we still have two more methods to rotate the view if we are working on full version of AutoCAD. So, let's look at the third method. In this method we will use MVSETUP command. This method can be used if we know how much the degree of rotation do we need to rotate the view to our required direction. Let's say we will rotate this view at this direction. Let's check its angle to the horizontal line. It's 73 degrees. So, we need to rotate this view to 73 degrees. Plus 73 or minus 73, it depends on what system of angle direction we are using. Here I need to rotate it by minus 73 degrees. Let's get out of the viewport. Type MVSETUP and press enter. Then click on Align here. Then click on Rotate View. Now click anywhere inside the viewport. Then type minus 73 and press enter. We can see our view has been rotated without changing the coordinate system. We can lock the display and check the coordinate with ID command. The coordinate from the viewport and the coordinate inside viewport remains same. In this system the rotating angle is always calculated from the original 0 degree. This means, if we want to rotate the view so that the plan aligns vertically, we cannot rotate it by 90 degrees from here. Let's see, unlock display first. Type MVSETUP and press enter. Click on Align and click on Rotate View. Then click somewhere for base point of rotation. Then let's type 90 and press enter. We can see it's not rotated as per our desire because it will always take the rotation angle from original 0 degree. So let's undo this and try once again. Type MVSETUP and press enter. Click Align, click Rotate View. Click somewhere. Now for rotation angle, it doesn't matter that we have already rotated it by minus 73 degrees. So, since we have to rotate it by minus 73 degrees clockwise to make it horizontal, we have to rotate it by 90 minus 73 degrees at plus direction or anti-clockwise direction. That is plus 17 degrees. So, let's type 17 and press enter. We can see we have rotated the plan to vertical direction. And whenever we want the view back to normal, we can rotate the view by 0 degree using the MVSETUP and the view comes to a normal or at original view. So, in this method also we don't have problem with changing of coordinate system. So this could also be better than the first option we have tried. Before we start with the best method, let me introduce myself. My name is Bishnu, and you're watching CAD Magic's AutoCAD tutorials. Here, you'll learn many useful tips and tricks to boost your AutoCAD skills. I've already uploaded lots of practical videos, including free AutoCAD dynamic blocks and powerful Lisp files. Make sure to check out all the videos on the channel, and if you find them helpful, don't forget to share them with your friends. And of course, subscribe to the channel, because many amazing videos are coming up that you definitely don't want to miss. Now, the fourth method. This method is also available only on full version of AutoCAD. In this method we will use this Express tool option, which is not available in LT version of AutoCAD. So, let's say we want to rotate this view so that this line is parallel or aligned to this horizontal border line of our template or any horizontal line at the layout paper space. Or we can also do it with vertical line. What we can do is, we just click at this Express tool, navigate to Layout Tools, then click at this Align Space option. Then we can click inside the viewport box in which we want to rotate the view. Then click at any 2-point of line which we want to align horizontally. Then we are automatically prompted out of viewport. Then let's click at the 2 points of any horizontal line to which our line inside viewport should align. And press Enter. Now let's zoom out and adjust the view and scale. Isn't it a very easy and best method? Let's do it one more time. Let's arrange it vertically this time. Let's click at Express, Layout Tools, Align Space. Click to choose the viewport. Click 2 points on line to align. Then click at 2 points at vertical line to align the view. And press Enter. In my view, this is the best method we can use to rotate the view on our viewport. What do you say? And that's all. I hope this tutorial will somehow be useful for drafters and designers. As you can see, my channel is very new. Do not hesitate to support by sharing. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks. If you found this tutorial helpful, and if you have any questions or need more clarification, drop your views in the comments below and we can discuss. For now, thanks for watching, and keep drafting passion alive.